5 minutes remain. All right. Those of you out there tuning in, starting to tune in, you're about to witness a friendly matchup between 9 May and the King's Royal Rifle Corps, better known as KRRC. We're having minor technical difficulties, but we're getting it all dialed in here. Match should be starting here any moment, so hang tight with us. All right, and there you have it, folks. The map has been changed. We are resetting currently. If you've got to use the bathroom or get your popcorn, now's the time. We've got just another few moments till the next match starts. So bear with us one moment. This should be a really fun one. We got some pretty heavy hitters coming out of KRRC today. They've been in hiding for a while. Let me know what you think in the chat. Are they gonna knock 9 May down a peg, or is 9 May gonna walk all over them? Who knows? It could be a pretty close one. We're gonna find out. I'm very, very excited to see it. Very excited to be here. Hope you guys are too. All right, I'm gonna find my guy here. As soon as I find my squad leader that I'm to join on, get this transition going. There he is. Very cool. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in the middle spawn as soon as I get this brought up here, folks. We'll get you tuned in. Oh, it looks like they're switching the map one more time. We got to rotate sides here. We're on the axis, and we need to be allies today. 9 May will be the allies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We've got a friendly matchup today, getting ready to kick off between 9 May and KRRC. Hope you all enjoy. I've got myself in a nice squad here. Yep. Gonna get an admin cam for you guys. Get everything set up how I need it. And let's kick this off. We've got a key matchup today, nice friendly, scheduled between, like I said, KRRC and 9 May. It will take place here on St. Mary Glees, with checkpoint being mid, so this is going to be really fun. I really look for 9 May to really have to lock down this cemetery and get some good garrisons up along this red-blue line. They really want to hope they can take checkpoint, because if not, it does appear that KRC is going to have a little bit easier time um, in pushing back into checkpoint, obviously with Rue being so close in proximity, and more of a direct route rather than having to work across all these, diagonal points. So let's get started here. Everything's looking good. We've got plenty of trucks lined up already. Everyone's ready to go toward mid. Wonderful. Passengers in the southern truck here. Keep an eye with these guys as they move in. Hopefully we see some good arty, perhaps some rocket snipes. Port players being dropped off with a squad lead. Of course, we look for garrisons to start getting built all along the southern section. It's really going to be key for 9 May to hold where they're at here. Let's get you guys some graphics up on the screen so everybody can see how things are working out. 9 May is pushing in from the east, however. It will be shown on the left side of the screen, as you all know. Good push coming from 9 May. We've got some shots. KRRC really just unfolding right there out of a truck. Starting to push the point. Let's get you a little better view here. 9 May really attacking the middle of the point, making a good advance here. KRRC working their way in from this northwestern side, taking advantage, popping smokes, getting as much ground as they can. I'm certain they're going to work and try to get a hold of this house before anybody else does. That way, hopefully they can use it to kind of overlook and hold off the defense, or rather the attack of 9 May. 9 May does have the advantage right now. As you see, they've got a lot more soldiers within cap pressure. KRC looks to be setting up. I don't know if they had a little bit of a stumble or not, but you got some squad leaders, some extra guys starting to tag along here. Artillery coming in, devastating artillery. That's what you like to see. Tons of arty. Oh, it's just an absolute shit show. You gotta love that. Lots of fighting up north in the point. Everybody that seems to try to step into checkpoint here is just getting absolutely obliterated by one team's arty or the next. You see 9 May with both their armor units that are available right here on the point. It's as if smoke might have been dropped by KRRC. We've got very few KRRC pushing in. We'll come back and take an eye on that in a moment. I'd like to take a peek up here where the majority of the battle is going on. It looks like we've got Buttman in the house, surrounded by plenty of 9 May. I'm not sure if they know he's in there or not. They do now, if not, because they've got guys down. KRC looking to take back that control of that house there. Northern point, the northern portion of the point really seems like it's all going towards the KRC, or at least their game plan is definitely set up right to attack from that side there, whereas you see 9 May's kind of just spread out here, covering this open field, basically saying, KRRC, I dare you to come take it. So KRRC is going to have to work somewhere through this little area here. They don't have a lot of area to work with. They're going to have to really stick to the trees. Any cover they can, any kind of concealment just to get their bodies in there. I look for some of them to maybe try to work around, but you're going to have very little success doing that in these open grounds like this, especially against top tier teams like these. May still keeping their armor right on the point, making sure to maintain as much cap pressure as possible. Got some friendly supplies dropping in the distance there. A little bit of KRRC funneling in here. Really, if they had any idea, they could probably get a pretty good push going on right here through this little trench line. There's not much in regard to 9 May holding them back, other than maybe the occasional bit of arty that's dropping. So we may look for some things to happen here shortly. These three members of KRRC are able to potentially get dug in here. We're going to find out here shortly, folks. KRRC, as you see, still working that northern route. 9 May doing a good job getting garrisons up. I'd like to see a little bit more somewhere closer to the checkpoint. I don't like exactly how far they're spread out, but you see they do have a nice row of OP set up. Very good for picking up anybody frontal, rear. It's making a good, radar station, if you will. Just a Dixie chain of OPs. And as you see, like I said earlier, KRRC is starting to make a little bit of a push here into checkpoint. Getting some action, definitely. It'll work out well for them if they're able to dig in here and slowly kind of move guys in from behind. You see there's more starting to spawn. Looks like they're starting to get the hint here, so that seems to really be something 9 May is going to have to potentially watch. 9 May, of course, has guys here, there, and everywhere, but they're a little spread out. Turn my brightness down for folks a little bit. That may help. Seem to be a little bit bright today. See KRRC starting to build up a little bit more manpower here close to the point. Some smoke going out by KRRC. Definitely has got the attention of Shellman there. Campbell laying down the hate with the MG there on point. Some real good inter-squad play. We've got friendly supplies dropping here by 9 May. They've got a garrison up here. We do have one that's hot up top. It looks to be... Definitely somebody was on it. You see they've been taken out, so it looks like it's probably been cleared, and it has. Quite an attempt there. I'm sure it's been marked by squad leader for KRRC now. You see Rosenberg taking some AT shots. I am Jammer. Something like that, it looks like his name is. Definitely doing some damage with the rockets. We've got a crew out repairing with an AT on tow. I guess just to make sure nobody slips around behind. 9 May doing a good job of still holding here. We do have a bombing run inbound. It does not look like it belongs to 9 May. It does appear to belong to KRRC. Straight down the middle of the point. Does it do a ton of damage? No. It does take out a decent amount of infantry. A few guys scattered here and there. It did get the garrison on point, and KRRC does start to get some cap pressure going. Nine May luckily still has the 75 available down at the southern portion of your screen. KRC making quick work of taking over this point here. Not many 9 May in the point compared to KRC as of right now. KRC just swarming like bees to honey. We're at about a 50% cap here. KRC very well may take this back. We don't have a whole lot coming from 9 May yet, but we do have a small spawn wave coming off the garrison that has been replaced with the supplies. Very curious to see how this goes. If 9 May is able to defend here, they can go ahead and put these garrisons back up, but I fear that they're using these supplies a little bit early. If KRC is able to cap this, they're going to lose these garrisons anyway, and the supplies will have gone. We've got an armor elimination, so KRC has eliminated 9 May's medium tank right here on the main road. Plenty going on. Let's try to get you right here in the battle. Most of 9 May having to push in from the north. KRC looks to have control of this point. I'm going to go ahead and say they have. As of now, I don't look for 9 May to start defending anytime soon. KRC does officially have the point, and they are contesting the next point. Let's take a quick look up here, see if we have anybody on our specs might be causing this. You may see somebody, I'm not certain. We do have a truck inbound. That's 9 May with a supply truck. No longer contesting, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's focus on the fight here at the checkpoint. This is going to be huge for either team. It'll definitely be a lot more difficult for 9 May to take this back, as I've mentioned before. They're really going to have to get a good push here from the south and east. These guys take on the rest of KRC up to the north. As you see, KRC made sure that they held that point in the map, simply whether they won or lost mid, because when they did win it, they knew they were going to be dug in really well. So, very good play from them so far. Liking what I'm seeing. Frodo Lolo, kind of the solo man in here. The one against them all. Puts quick work with the shotgun to one enemy. Just splits him. Frodo make a move. Ooh, he's got a great satchel going on. This is what we like to see, Frodo. Using your head. I like it, brother. Now, what's your next move? He does have the satchel placed. That will get plenty of enemies. He's at the point now where they really can't, they're not going to be able to, dismantle that. So that's going to be key for 9 May. I like the play there by Frodo Lolo. Definitely going to do a little bit of damage. Yep. Goes off. It only gets one guy. The KRC definitely knows what happened there. Nine May really being forced to fall back now. Build a good wall of garrisons. Now they've just got to commit without overcommitting. It's going to be rough to take some of this land back once KRC has this. You see they have a little bit more intricacies in the land that they can use for concealment, whereas 9 May is not going to be afforded quite the same advantage. We do have a good push, little push coming from KRC north of Cemetery. We'll wait to take a peek at that until that really gets important, as it does appear that most of what's going on is right here in front of us at checkpoint. Let's see. That looks to be supplies. Frodo Lolo making his way back in pretty quickly. Let some KRRC run by. No need to give up his position, I guess. I said I just got a shotgun. It got me outgunned a little bit. There you go. Now he's putting in work from behind, but he gets caught quick. KRRC doing a real good job of maintaining this main road here, not allowing any of the southern push from 9 May to really amount to much. We've still got RV hitting from both teams. Slowly but surely, we've got supply trucks dropping off some supplies for KRRC. We've got command here, looking to build a garrison, getting some grenades thrown at him. He does indeed fight off that small attack. Looks to be, as of right now, it seems that most of the fighting has pushed slightly east of the point, perhaps even coming back onto 9 May's defensive point. We've got a good fight going on, at least as far as manpower up here in the north. KRC just being a pester up here. I don't think 9 May really needs that many guys assigned up there for right now, but we're going to see. KRC looks to find anywhere they can slip in, and so far this seems to be a pretty decent little spot here. We're going to find out. And KRC managing to hold 9 May off, it does appear. Definitely not what you want to see if you're 9 May, but there's plenty of time. We still do have 70 minutes left in this matchup. We're only 20 minutes in now, folks. Stop back up here shortly. Let's keep an eye on what KRC does here. Very curious to see whether they're going to attack and really get a good bum rush here on 9 May. 9 May does have them spotted, which really helps. I don't know if 9 May had any clue that there were that many of them coming from that close proximity either, but they definitely do now. Frodo Lolo again, winning his gunfight, making his way in. I'm sure he'll look to squeeze back in there and try to satchel that house, perhaps. We do have some 9 May putting some work in at the bottom of your screen, but you do see KRC Panther. Ooh, let's take a peek. We might be looking at a satchel, folks. Stefanik. Oh, and he gets stuck on the fence. That's going to limit his ability to catch up. He is taken out by another armor unit. Fantastic. Let's see. Probably was this heavy. Yep, it certainly was. Has no idea where he was. They were probably moving in. May have been marked, but either way, takes an absolute beating down with the Panther. Now that's what you want to see if you're 9 May. That's for certain. KRRC moving in with more firepower and yet another heavy. They do have an eye on each other. Panther is making contact. Panther takes down the enemy 76. 9 May 76 drops. We've got some 9 May making their way into checkpoint. It does appear that it may be a little bit too little too late, as we've got KRRC, nearly a full squad, in the cemetery with all of 9 May around them. So definitely going to be outweighing in the cap pressure right now. We're going to see more KRRC just pushing in as well. 9May's really got to get it together here. It needs to converge on this point and kind of just start over here. They really can't afford to lose this, or it's going to be a severely difficult match for them to come back from. I mean, you look between their next point and cemetery is like 800, like an 800-meter run, folks. I mean, this is 600 meters at least. That's going to be rough. Very easy to get overextended when you do that. 9May is defending. It is being contested, but they have started to do, as I mentioned before, they are kind of compacting within the point. Everybody seems to be falling back. They know how important it is to hold this, and they are starting to defend. We're going to see if they're able to wipe out some KRRC. We've got Granda and Dan Ozzie, it appears, in the point. Some more KRRC advancing from the north side of the point as well. Looks like another couple bits of KRRC, another squad moving from the western side, western northwest of the point. Not a whole lot going on. I'm actually really surprised by both teams that more's not going on. There's not a whole lot of KRRC really around that are putting all this pressure on the point, so they're obviously winning their gunfights or something. They're doing a pretty darn good job of getting this done, you know, at least with little that they're working with. So 9May does appear to go ahead and defend the point. They've got a lot more guys back in cemetery. It looks like they managed to wipe out most of KRC's push, but they are going to have constant trouble because they've not found KRC's OP, which I believe should be right over here somewhere, as that's where they're pushing from. So 9May's going to have to make definite work of finding where these KRC guys are coming from, or they're going to just have a constant pestering on this point. With Artie, they're really going to have a rough time. That's not ever a situation you want to be in, especially like cemetery. There's really nowhere to hide unless you're right around the outer wall. You've got some bushes there, but other than that, easy ground to take for one team or the other. Really just all about winning your gunfights. We don't really have any 9May making much of a push on checkpoint right now, so we'll keep the cameras facing this way. Deputy Doofy and Campbell trying to work their way in there, make some magic happen. Rock and Rolla as well. We got Corrupted Anus. We'll see if Bismarck can stop the Doof. Ooh. Gets blown up. KRC now moving in from the east of the point. Perhaps have a spawn. They're gonna have to. Very nice. Somewhere over here. They've got a little bit of a spawn. Be it an OP or whatnot. Not sure yet. So this is definitely going to play into KRC's hand. if they're able to maintain pressure from that western side, once these guys are able to perhaps do a double drop, or get in there something, you know, something a little bit more to get some more guys. That extra manpower is going to make a good pinch on Cemetery. So definitely looking forward to seeing how this plays out. 9 May holding strong as of right now. Yet to have figured out where KRC is just filing in from. Pretty nice setup here. Not too terrible. We've got rockets flying. Some 9 May trying to put in some work here on the southern side. Make a push toward checkpoint. Struggling to make much happen, obviously. We've got some armor down here. I think that one's done for you. Not a whole lot going on for 9 May on checkpoint yet, so we'll stop back up here. As we do have KRC still managing to pester this defensive point of Cemetery from 9 May. KRC starting to encircle a little bit. It does look like somebody's found the garrison. They appear to have all been wasted between the squad leader and MG. That's some incredible work there by KRRC. De Koopman and Sergeant Sniz, it looks like, working in tandem, putting the hurt on 9 May, getting their garrison closest to point. 9 May is going to struggle to bounce back from this one. They've got KRRC defending from the east. We just saw a spawn wave come. Rock and Roll is going to know their spawn's pretty close to where he's located. KRRC still filing in from the west and north now. Doing a great job at really just surrounding and suffocating this point so far. Very little from 9 May remaining. We've got Major... Oh. Looking for a satchel. The last little bit of 9 May does appear. Did he get the satchel? Oh, there we go. They've managed to remove the satchel. They are out of the tank. They don't get hit by the bombing gun somehow. So that'll be a little bit of a benefit for 9 May. But as you see now, he's got to worry about AT on his rear and other guys. Looks like Deep Easy's definitely trying to work in to get that second shot in his ass. Potentially take him out. We do got a lot of smoke coming from this armor unit. We got Dank over here as well. Probably bringing some explosive rounds. We're definitely going to find out here momentarily. See if Deep Easy gets back with him. 9 May armor in the middle of the field, doing a good job to defend itself for the most part, especially with the fact that KRRC is in the process of capping the point just north of them within 50 meters. KRRC really sticking to the outer edges of Cemetery here. As you can see, kind of forcing 9 May to really make a move. We've got another bombing run coming in. This looks to be KRRC's bombing run now. Wipes them off, barely misses, but squad spawns, doesn't matter. Corrupted puts in some good work. We've got a flare going up by 9 May. They see exactly how many guys are really on their point right now, and they're probably shitting the brick. Going, what the hell's happening? Also, back on the view, KRRC is capping. It looks to be just a small recon team, perhaps. We do have an AT and an armor unit moving in. If he's able to put some work on this armor unit, you can definitely bet the KRRC is going to put a little bit more of a hurt on taking this point. Obviously, that armor unit getting in there is going to really help and save him, but he's got his butt to this guy. I reckon I don't quite understand. I don't know if he thought he got him. Take your time there, brother. Take your time. TC knows. TC knows they're being followed. Yeah, TC 100% knows they're being followed. Live to see another day there, brother. Following whatever you gotta do. Oh no. Tell me they're not stuck. Oh, tank driver makes a potentially devastating mistake. They do manage to take the guy out just as he was about to go up and put the satchel on. Good move. Nice play by 9May. Looks like 9May is starting to file back in as far as the defenses go. Hopefully they're able to get their garrisons reset pretty quickly. It does look like we have one recon team behind, so we will come back to take a peek on them. Not completely certain. Looks like KRRC is really taking their time here. They've got the advantage. They know how much ground that 9May is going to have to come back up with, so it does appear that they're taking the time to really get set up. Obviously, we can't see their setup as I'm viewing, obviously, on behalf of 9May, but quite a showing so far from KRRC. Very impressive what they've done. They've definitely put a lot of work in the off seasons. It's been a little while. Ooh, Xerxes putting in work with the long shot. Smacks that little white tank of 9Mays that got away earlier. Helps his squad mates out. Very little 9May putting any pressure here on Cemetery. I don't believe I've seen any airheads used from either team either. Not that they work the greatest in a competitive scene, but always an option. KRRC steadily pushing across. Got some KRRC pushing in from the north. Looks like they do have a spawn point up all the way north here, along this red line. Maybe a good play for them if they're able to work in. There's very little 9May on this northern side, so it would make for very little resistance. Let's see what we got here. I bet it's just an OP. Yeah, I don't think you see anything special. Yeah, just a little OP there, guys. So what you'd like to see is a double drop from KRRC. Something right there just to get something up for the team. Get some reinforcements going. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Major build is just putting in easy work of these 9May guys. It really comes down to winning your gunfights. KRC with some definitive pressure now on the point. I'm willing to bet coming from this north. They've obviously got a couple different spawn points here. Deputy Doofy's coming off one himself. Not sure. Sounded like a vehicle, but not certain. 9May doing well to defend, now contesting Cemetery. 9May with the flare. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yep, 9May with the flare. Two flares at once, one on offense, one on defense. Very good job of splitting that. KRRC moving in, filling the gaps. You see, what, Neil in, it looks like, making his way across the open field. You don't see that very much, but looks like he might get MF here. Yep, MF gets him, so. Very good matchup here. KRRC really being dominant when they're ready to take a point. Slow to roll, but once they get it there, they're good to go. We do have some armor from KRRC moving in. Yet another heavy. Got a nice rep station here on point for him. That's gotta help. Nobody around to really give him any trouble, so. Very curious to see if he just patrols around the point or if he actually makes a move toward the next one. I think if KRRC wanted to, they could probably take advantage and potentially make a move on that next point, but we'll see. A little bit of action coming from the northern side of Cemetery. MG's just ripping Gurkha over here. Up on the roof, he must see something in the distance. Scottish Stevie. Getting some kills, making his way to the east where he's going to run into plenty of 9 May. Very curious where Gurkha's firing. I'm not certain if it's north or if he's looking over here northeast with that MG, but definitely lighting them up. Not a whole lot else going on from 9 May. As far as the attack, they're kind of seeming to just get spread out. Having trouble getting that spearhead going. But showing some promise from the north here. Small squad action. Making good progress. Tebu, squad lead. Ready to hold them off. Steadily being surrounded. 9 May. A little squad that could. Rockets away, yeah. Gurkha's definitely pissing them off with that MG. They know where he's at now. They just got to be able to get him. Looks like MF over there is launching rockets, doing anything he can. But KRRC still, oh, just barely misses with the other one, then gets melted. That MG42 is pretty astounding on the battlefield. Those of you that play the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't play the game, why not? Single-handedly the best first-person shooter I've ever played. Hands down. Microwaves popping off in the background, hell yeah. I may trying to get something going southeast of Cemetery. It does look like they're starting to. You see Daffy with the spawn just on the other side of that ridge there. Nine May officially starting to lose the point. Seemingly repels. Ooh, we do have KRRC Heavy has made it away all the way over here, taking some frontal AT rounds, which don't really do a whole lot, but very cool to see. Alright, landing some hits. Definitely want to be careful here. They can easily be surrounded, obviously, if guys come out of the enemy HQ. That may be what needs to take place in order to shut this guy down. KRRC looking to really mount an attack here with this armor unit. We've got the MG set up, good suppression going on. Nine May looking alright. I'd like to see a lot more garrisons. They definitely need something up here to the north. I'm sure they probably know that or have tried, but they're struggling with KRRC pushing out of the north. What started as quite the setup quickly has been negated by KRRC for 9 May. So about halfway through this friendly matchup here, we've got KRRC leading currently 4-1 against 9 May. 9 May on their last defense point of La Vue. Belle. Panther doing a good job getting near that rep station, getting himself healed up. Doofy with the attachment, giving the extra boost as well. We've got guys spawning. We do have a 9 May squad leader, can really put do a lot of damage here if he's careful and takes his time. But he's scoped out pretty quick there. No worries, he definitely has the right idea. He was the only one able to make it up there at the time, so we may be able to do it again. We do have 9 May AT trying to push in from around back, gets shut down as well. More rockets inbound. Panther decides he's going back at him again. He's in a really good spot. I mean, most of these AT rounds are going to result in ricochets on this Panther from the front here. Not a whole lot going for you as an AT guy, unless you can get behind one of these things, and then even then, with it being a heavy, you have to hit it 3 times just perfectly, so, in the rear, so. Going to be a struggle. Ooh, does take a shot in the rear. We've got some enemy armor pulling up, doing the best he can. Yeah, and then he takes his one shot. I would have liked to seen him try to maneuver forward a little bit. I know he would have ran into some of those KRRC ATs up there, but it would have been nice to see him try to work his way in this field, perhaps do a little, you know, pin the tail on the Panther. But KRRC doing a really good job of defending from up here. I look for that Panther to come back to this rep station for a little bit and work his way up. AT shots pretty close coming from 9 May. Really, I'd say if you're the TC of that Panther, you're going, oh shit. Each time they come flying at you. But great placement of the repair station by KRRC. Really taking advantage of the map and the layout here. This is going to be one of the best points they can push from. And they've got a dominant control of it. You do have Joker working his way around here. I'm rooting for him. Obviously, I want to see you know, some armor takedowns, but he's going to have to do it twice. And with that repair station there, it'll really do him no good to make much of a move on this Panther, unless he's got a satchel. So we shall see. Looks like the Panther's got eyes. Slowly progressing. I do believe KRRC is going to try to put a move on here. 9 May is defending the point, but with the recent amount of oh yeah, KRRC is definitely putting the squeeze on here. Look at the push coming from the north here. We've got guys on the eastern side, as you can see, spawning in like crazy behind, coming out of the HQ. 9 May had better hope. They've got a garrison going up, or somebody's going to put a garrison real fucking close behind this point, because KRC is going to move in and just completely encircle here in just a moment, if they're not careful. Got no control over this northern side, and they know that KRC does. Bombing run coming down by KRRC, trying to take out what's left in the remaining in the point. Doesn't do a whole lot. Those guys are pretty held up in the buildings, but as you see, KRRC still inching their way in. Not sure exactly what's going on here, or if this guy's just trying to get behind the Panther. He made a good sneak around to the rest of these guys. Let's keep eyes on that. It seems to be going the opposite way, so he perhaps could be out of shells. They have seemingly destroyed the repair station, so good play by a Joker. Not sure. Maybe they're getting ammo. Yeah, not certain what was going on there. Definitely keep an eye and see if they're able to come back and do anything to this Panther, but KRC not having as much of a push out of the east anymore. They are still capping the point because they've got just as many guys inside, and with this heavy armor unit, definitely tipping the scales just a tad. We've got friendly supplies dropping on the point. Touchdown about 5 seconds. 9 May looking to get something set back up. Spawn wave from KRC. Curious if they know. They see the supplies by now. They're taking them out. Are they shooting each other? I think for a second they were shooting at each other. It's pretty funny, but it does happen in the heat of the moment. More guys coming off that OP of KRC right there in the point. 9 May really struggling. They do have some armor moving in. He's going to be quickly surrounded by KRC. I hope he's able to maneuver well. Yeah, he's being chased. Seemingly stirred up the hive a little bit. Well out of reach for anybody with a satchel, so good play by them. 9 May hanging on by the skin of their teeth right now, but there is a chance to defend. We do have a reinforced down. It's all about whether they can get guys in this cap pressure. I'm going to say probably not, but I don't want to count anybody out yet. We do have a huge spawn wave. It is contested momentarily. It's going to be close, folks. Will they get there? No, they will not. No, they will not. KRRC coming back out of retirement puts up quite a friendly against 9 May. Good 5-0, really well coordinated. It seemed like 9 May, once they got pushed back on their heels, they really struggled to recover. And as you saw, we talked about it at the beginning. We all knew it was going to happen if KRC took the advantage. The map just really didn't work for 9 May. So shout out to both teams. Great performance out there, guys. Thank you again for letting me stream for you. Always a pleasure to do so. Those of you out there watching, thank you again for being here. Please like and subscribe. Forget about